I'm on a wacky footbridge in Miami. I just arrived from Boston. My flight was 40 minutes early, so I'm trying to go ride all of Tri-Rail, including the new extension, but that'll be at the end because that builds tension. Also, just in general, this airport is tough to navigate. I feel like I've never been more lost at an airport before. All right, we're taking the MIA mover, not to be confused with the other one that I took from the plane to the terminal, or something like that. There's two people movers, this is the outside one. This feels like a very safe Foamer window. Lots of instructions for how to leave through it if necessary. Got rubber tires, going pretty quick. All right, trainception, 8 minutes to make our Tri-Rail train. Let's hope we can do it. Here's the Miami Metro Rail, which is the kind of subway, but it's not a subway, it's a, you know, elevated line. All right, Tri-Rail, no time for an elevator review. We actually probably do have time, but wait, what? Oh, okay. Maybe I should have reviewed the elevator. It's a long way down. Okay, I have an easy card. Let's check the balance. $0. Okay, well, there you go. It's gonna be an awful shot, but it won't read my card. Try another machine. Worst comes to worst, I guess we just download the app, which would suck. I don't really want to get an app. Oh my god, all right, one more time and then just go on. Oh, I'm just stupid. It said do not remove, and I read it as remove. That's dumb. Alright, this should be good now. Alright, $20 added. Now we have to tap it. Enter. Alright, there's two types of cards. We'll try to get. Oh, alright. Alright, we made it. Alright, we have luggage racks, bike racks. Oh my god, it was very close. Then there's a middle bit, but of course we want the upper deck. Alright, here we go. I mean, I will say, like, I was not expecting people to make this train. Just my flight got in so early, I got lucky. So Tri-Rail is South Florida's commuter rail network. The airport has historically been the terminal, but they very recently opened an extension. It's like a branch off. It goes to the Brightline station in downtown Miami. Tri-Rail began in 1989 as a temporary commuter rail line that was meant to help out when they were doing construction on I-95, and ended up being so popular they made it permanent.
If I had a nickel for every
temporary commuter rail line that was meant to help out when they were doing construction on I-95, and ended up being so popular they made it permanent.
I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice, right?
I will say I've ridden Tri-Rail before besides the extension, and it's not notable for its scenery, so some of these random river crossings might be the most intrigue we'll see. These seats are very nice. They go way up above my head. Oh, we're already at the first stop. Hialeah Market. Armrest is actually movable, which is kind of cool. And then there are outlets at the table seats. I don't know if it works or not. I guess we'll try it. Can confirm the outlet works. This is also a good time to test out the free Wi-Fi. Oh. Okay. No Wi-Fi, I guess. So they just announced that we're gonna have to stop and wait for a freight train to go by. I did not realize I was riding Amtrak today. Alright, we're arriving at the Metro Rail transfer station, which is a transfer to both Metro Rail and also the new extension, which runs the shuttle to downtown Miami from here. There's the out-of-focus Miami Amtrak station. What a great view. So now we can kind of get used to the scenery, which is gonna look more or less like this the whole time. Just kind of industrial, kind of sprawly, nothing that interesting. More people getting on here at Opalaka. There's an interesting fake old structure on the footbridge there. Interesting, they just said we're gonna be stopped here for a while, for at least a few minutes, due to a mechanical issue. I really picked the best Tri-Rail train to ride. I guess while we're stuck here, we talked a bit about the schedule and the fares. The main line from the airport to West Palm Beach is hourly most of the day, with half-hour service at peak, and weekend service is hourly. And then the fare can be up to $8.75. It's like a zone system, but on weekends it's a $5 day pass, which is really nice. And then there's the matter of the extension, which just runs like random trains that are sometimes hourly. On weekends they're hourly, but on weekdays it's just kind of random. I don't know why I can't just connect to every train, but you know, that's what it does. So it sounds like they weren't able to fix the problem themselves. They're sending the mechanical department over, and it remains to be seen if we'll end up having to get on the next train or not. Oh, okay, sounds like they actually did manage to figure something out. Well, here we go. We're 22 minutes late on a half-hourly schedule, so I imagine that we'll get very busy and the train behind us will get very empty. That's pretty cool. Is that an old station, I wonder? Oh, okay. So we're at the next stop, Golden Glades, which is not on this side. It's on the other side. They just announced that we're having mechanical issues again, so we'll see. So at this point, the next train is just stuck behind us, basically.
I'm wondering if we'll see the extension in the daylight, or indeed if we'll see it at all.
Alright, sounds like we're going to be moving 4:23. I believe we're almost an hour late. Okay, so we're 42 minutes late, but it's not looking great. Of course, some people will note that Brightline also runs between Miami and West Palm Beach and then further to Orlando. Difference there is that Brightline is like a premium product. It's quite a bit more expensive than Tri-Rail, and it actually runs on different tracks that better serve the downtowns of the cities it runs through. I know Tri-Rail was going to try to run commuter service along there, which would have been nice, but instead Tri-Rail kind of runs on this more suburban corridor. But it's cheaper and it's a little bit more frequent than Brightline, at least at rush hour. Look how insane these level crossings are. It was at 6 lanes going to downtown Miami. Get off. Here's the Fort Lauderdale Airport station. I don't know how you actually get to the airport from here because it's not at the airport, but it's close. Wow, a big yacht yard. It's like a boat parking garage. That's crazy. Coming into Fort Lauderdale station, but that's downtown, way down there, so you can get an idea of how far away the Tri-Rail right-of-way is. And then here's the actual station. Oh, that's pretty nice. So here's Cypress Creek, which has a pretty unique design. You can see that the land use around here is like office park, and then a little bus loop, and then parking. I doubt the buses are very frequent. Also, they're literally making announcements saying this is a really crowded train. If you want to be guaranteed a seat, get the train behind us. I gotta say, it's hard to avoid wanting to fall asleep along here. It's just a flat line. It's just very similar scenery. We have some buses here waiting at Boca Raton. Actually, I do believe this is the busiest station on the system because it's kind of in the middle of the line, so it can get commuters going to West Palm and to Fort Lauderdale and to Miami. Boynton Beach. Weirdly, all the footbridges at the past couple stations have been closed. They've had to have people like cross in front of the train with a crossing guard. Lake Worth. So with any luck, this train just turns straight back around and comes south again. I mean, it's not lucky for these people who will be waiting a while for it, but it's lucky for me. I mean, I get to stay on. Kind of cool that the system app is trilingual with English, Spanish, and Haitian Creole. Coming into West Palm Beach, look at this, actual transit-oriented development. So, imagine building near a train station, people can live near it. In general, this is probably the best placed Tri-Rail station outside of Miami. It's actually the bus hub for Palmtran. Gosh, there's a million people waiting, presumably for the southbound. But it's also quite close to downtown. So I think Brightline's a little bit closer to downtown, but this has the massive bus hub. It is nice that all of the stations typically will have a bus loop. It's just none of the buses are that frequent. It's kind of funny because West Palm Beach feels like the natural end of the line. It goes one stop further to a little town called Mangonia Park. All right, scenic canal view. Just ignore the like sewage pipe. We have arrived at Mangonia Park. 2.5 hours later, which I think makes us 40 minutes late or so. Gosh. Good amount of people still on board. I mean, you know, it's a very late train, but still, you have to tap your Easy card again when you're coming out of the train. I'm not seeing many people do it, or indeed any people do it. So I wonder if that's like people are paying in a different way, or if people aren't paying at all, because no one checked fares. I don't know what the fare enforcement is like. Another footbridge is closed. There's a big bottleneck of people trying to get out, but also this train is just going straight back. So there's people trying to get on. Given that I intend to just go straight back, I guess I'll hang tight. Oh, here we can do a water fountain view. Wait. Ugh, Florida water. There's like a weird cab car here, but it's the same like type of car we were just in. We'll go for this. The formers call these octagons. So, oh, this is one of the bike cars. I think there's only like 3 of them that have the bottom floor converted to bike like that. And then here's the middle bit. And then, oh, these seats are way worse. Wow. So these are in sets of 4, like on Go. The seat is less comfortable. There's no outlet. I don't like when seats are in sets of 4 like this. I'm actually going to determine that I don't want to sit here and move to the next car.
now it's time for a bathroom review.
Oh. I don't think the water in the toilet should be that high. There's also apparently drinking water. No cups, but no, it doesn't work. Alright, we're leaving. So, this trip is leaving 27 minutes late, and this will be an interesting experiment. Will the shuttle train to the downtown Miami station, or Miami Central or whatever, will that wait for us despite us being late? It was meant to be a connection, but I can see it not waiting. So this time we're sitting on the I-95 side of the train, which means we can look at ourselves racing traffic and beating just one while everyone else is beating us. That said, this train goes up to 80 miles an hour and I-95 is prone to traffic, so there are definitely plenty of times when we would be beating cars.
It's actually 79 miles an hour. How stupid could you be? What dreck? What dribble? Have you even heard of the FRA?
So there's the old livery and here's the new livery. Honestly, like, way less character, if we're being honest. I mean, I get why they want to get rid of this very 90s look, but I think it's fun. There's no train tracking on the shuttle, so maybe we'll be in luck. Okay, next up is Metro Rail. It remains to be seen if there'll be a shuttle. Alright. Oh, okay. So we'll be a shuttle. Oh, look at this sign. Shuttle trains to Miami Central is one word. Boarding on track 2 unless otherwise announced. And I think they announced track 2. So there's our shuttle train. It's sitting on a siding. The lights are ring-a-ding-dinging, so I assume it'll come up. That's a good sign. I have to say there are very few people waiting for this service, but we are going in the off-peak direction, and I appreciate that it waited. That's the same tone as something. We get one of the Brookville locomotives this time. Foamer intrigue, and it's just a 2-car special. Wow. So just gonna board back here. Alright, here we'll get on one with the new livery. We're really Am I the only person getting on this train? I literally have the train to myself. Oh my god. Okay. Well, I guess we can pick any seat we want then. So now we get to ride one of the weird cab cars. You can see it's got a cab bit. I guess we'll go take a look. Oh wow, so, I mean, here's what the cab looks like. I don't want to stray too far, but I assume this isn't meant to be open, but it is. So here we go, straight into unique territory. We're splitting off the main line here. This is great, it can be as loud as I want, because there's literally no one on it. So I mean, for now, it's just, you know, more the same type of scenery. But we'll see. I mean, at least we have a nice sunset this time. Now we're branching off whatever that line was, and this is a kind of unique track that's going to connect us over to the Brightline right of way. And here we go. Now we're joining up with Brightline. It's the classic Florida conundrum. You have a decent enough building, but then a massive parking garage taking up the first couple stories, and a larger footprint in the building itself. Oh, but then of course sometimes they try to hide it. Look, this one disguises it as fancy artwork. Man, I love coming into Miami and just seeing all the skyscrapers. And then the self-storage box. So there's the Metro Rail station down there. Brightline's on the other side. Ooh, level boarding. And yeah, it's just me. This very cavernous station. Oh god, there are like 4 staff. I guess if you count the engineer, 5 staff on board. And then me, the 1 passenger. A 5-to-1 staff to passenger ratio. Alright, now I have to figure out how to get out of here, which might actually be easier said than done. There's a staircase there, but I would like to, I assume there's an elevator, so let's try finding that. That way leads to the government center exit. And then we have a nice empty corridor. I think that'll be where we want to go, somewhere down here. This is so weird. It feels very overbuilt for what it is, given that they're running like 2-car trains on this massive platform. Where's the elevator? There's escalators. Oh, the elevator's this way. Oh my god, there's even further to walk. Like, okay, not to be like too uppity about it, but like, if you're making people with disabilities walk or roll way further than anyone else having to go like hundreds of feet to get to the train. Is that really like the best place you could have put that elevator? All right, the single elevator, and then beyond it is just nothing much. I think this was probably installed at the time the station opened, so it's actually slightly old. Mezzanine Tri-Rail track 4. Oh, I see, T for Tri-Rail. It's a standard elevator. No windows, no personality. It was a basic elevator. Fairly slow. It's the most 6 out of 10 elevator I've ever ridden. Okay. And now here we are in the beautiful Miami Central Station. So yeah, there are the Brightline fare gates, and then I don't know where these elevators go. Tri-Rail track 4. So I don't know how you're supposed to know from here what track your Tri-Rail train is going to be on. This just goes, I assume, to track 3. Or doesn't say. Maybe they don't use it. Yeah, not the best. Tri-Rail kind of feels like an afterthought. I'm not sure how you're supposed to know where your train will actually board and what entrance to use based on that information. Oh, take escalator up to Tri-Rail. But again, it could be on that track. You never know. Unless it always boards on this track. But the conductors were like, oh, are we on track 4 today? So they made it sound like it, could be different. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, despite pretty horrendous wayfinding and slightly dubious accessibility, this is probably still the nicest Tri-Rail station. That being said, Tri-Rail is a really great commuter rail line overall. It serves a ton of stops in South Florida. It's pretty cheap, especially on weekends. The schedule is pretty good, except to here.
But maybe that's for the best because somehow Metro Rail is actually faster.
I will say that it's not worth riding on its own. Like, the scenery isn't anything special, but like, I don't know, who would ride a train for fun anyway?
It was a dark and stormy night.
Good brain sounds.
I don't know where to go from there.